have 3 more games left on this card. Next up, 4:25 p.m. Eastern, Las Vegas Raiders 10-7, 5-3 on the road at Los Angeles Chargers 9-8, 5-4 at home. We're at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. We'll start with the line history in SoFi. Sorry, let me move over here. And this one, we opened at Pinnacle at 3.5. Pick'em, it's now juiced to the Raiders at plus 3.5. From a totals perspective, it opened up at 52. It's now at 52.5, slightly juiced to the over. We'll see if the cash correlates with that. Let's see what Topset's saying. Chiefs defense is real. Jimmy, if Chiefs start hot, jump ship. I just think this is an overreaction. Look, it was sitting at 4 and everybody was on the Chiefs. God bless them. But this is just too much for me, Elio. Raiders, Chargers. So let's talk about where the cash lies in this one. We have 15,673 tickets in, 49% of the tickets, 71% of the cash on the Raiders. Then 86% of tickets on the over, but we don't have a cash line from Sports Insights. Las Vegas handled enormous amounts of adversity last year spectacularly well, and Derek Carr was a big reason why. He had an excellent season. He showed a ton of leadership, very tough times, and he never showed that there were tough times. He kept moving forward. 4,804 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. They signed him to a 3-year, $121.5 million contract. They bring in Josh McDaniels. They bring in Davante Adams to an already dangerous offense. It includes Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. Their running game needs to be better this year. They averaged 95.1 yards per game on the ground. That was 28th in the league. Look, Josh Jacobs, he's got to be better. 2019 first-round draft pick. It's not all filling the box against the Raiders. He should have a ton of room. I know he battled injuries last year. 872 yards rushing. That's the first time the Alabama product didn't run for 1,000 in his 3-year career. On defense, they had Chandler Jones, Rock Ya-Sin. The Raiders allowed the 6th fewest points in the AFC last season. There are question marks on the Raiders' offensive line, but this seems to be a better team. The Chargers return nearly their entire starting offense. This was a top 5 offense a year ago. Herbert was very good last year. 5,014 passing yards, first ever Charger to throw over 5,000, 38 touchdown passes. They draft right guard Zion Johnson out of Boston College to protect him. They had Sony Michel to help Austin Eckler carry the load. The defense coming off an ugly season, 30th in the league, allowing 27 points per game. They're expected to be stronger this year. Joey Bosa on the edge, Derwin James at safety. They add Khalil Mack in the trade for a couple draft picks. They signed J.C. Jackson, Kyle Van Noy, Sebastian Joseph Day. It will be very difficult for the Chargers to slow down Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. Their right tackle is in for a long day. Also, I like this Chargers team, and I really want to hear, Andy, what you have to say about the Chargers, because I really like them. And, you know, my dad has season tickets. He's going to be at opening night there for the Chargers. And I think Brandon Staley is going to hurt this football team. And when he talks about watching Serena Williams for 3.5 hours, I think, what a fucking ass clown. You're watching Serena Williams for 3 hours. You think McVay is up watching Serena Williams for 3 hours? You think that your fucking coaches that you're up against give a fuck about what's happening at the U.S. Open? Staley, you're going to fucking cost this football team. Yes, fucking right off. Take it away here for us, Andy. Raiders, Chargers.
I like the Chargers just based on their obvious roster. Like, they have absolutely crushed it. They hit on a quarterback. They hit on a quarterback, which is the best thing you can do for a team, because then you can build around him because you're not paying him shit yet. They have 2 good receivers. They have an electric back who's also a big part of the passing game. And as you talked about, there's a ton of good defensive pass rushers, like essentially a whole handful of guys who can get after it. And I watched Serena too, but I had money on Ayla, so I had to. I really needed her to come through. That last point was really a grinder for me. But I bet this over. I have a 52 flat. You can still bet that at Bookmaker right now. I really like this Chargers defense. But that said, I'm high on the Raiders offense, if nothing else. I think Derek Carr gets grossly underrated. I think I found a stat from 2 years ago, but I just struggle to find this one for next year. The NFL next gen stuff, like escape rates. He's always been near the top. They was top 5 2 years ago. I think he was near the top last year. His scramble rate is really good too, as far as just like if a quarterback runs on a play where he's not designed to run. He averaged 8.7 a carry last year, which is super high. He's been great with he's had to, and not to the point of his brother, but he's been great under pressure at times. He has a great new weapon. Even if he disappoints, Davante Adams is a big upgrade from basically anything you've had for a while, and you have a stud tight end. Both of these offense should eat. So I took an over 52 here. Even if the Chargers pass rush gets after it, I like Carr to break that a little. I think the Chargers win this game, but I think both of them end up in the high 20s, low 30s. So I'm hoping for a fun barn burner here.
Yeah, this all makes sense to me. So you got just for record keeping, bookkeeping, 52 at -110 still available?
Yep.
Okay. So you said that you like the Chargers defense. Is it Khalil Mack and the signings? Because what is it that's going to change what we saw from last year?
Yeah, and that's where I think you might be, while I don't agree that the Chargers are going to be bad, I think you're right about Staley. Like, if you bring in Staley, why isn't this defense better? Like, he's a defensive head coach. Like, why is what we saw on the field what we got from that crew? And I guess there was injuries. There are every year. They're cursed by something. The Chargers are, but I'm fully healthy. Derwin James makes a big difference, but I don't know that he's some defensive mastermind. They might underperform even with all those names and kind of still rely on this offense to do it. But if I'm incorrect about that and you're incorrect about that, and he gets this defense humming, this is a team that can probably win the Super Bowl because they have enough pieces on offense.
I was going to say something about that. I feel like the Chargers and the Niners, there's some value in the futures market. Have you used the Chargers in any futures action? Even though I think Staley is going to, when push comes to shove, Staley's going to be out coached. But do you have interest in the Chargers in the futures market?
I don't think I have any. I should look in that. I don't traditionally love betting Super Bowl prices unless it's a big long shot on somebody I think I can trade out of later. But yeah, I don't think I have a Super Bowl ticket outside of I have a Jags meet the Lions in the Super Bowl ticket just to have one. So 25 pays $1 million or however much it was. So that's just need that to happen, and then I'll do this show from the beach.
Oh, I thought I was in that situation with the Niners last year when I got in at 33-1 for the conference, 66-1 for the Super Bowl. I was like dreaming. Andy is locked in on the over 52 at -110, and I am interested. I am very interested in that look that you're on. Let me just take one last look here at the cash flow for this one. This one really interests me. Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. So we have, we don't know. Just all that we have is 86% of the tickets on the over. They're not giving us a cash number. And what was the move on the total? Just 1 cent from 106 to 107. Interesting.
Who does Nate Diaz fight this weekend there, Jonathan?
Oh, yeah, Nate Diaz is
I think I'm going to the fights. Somebody might have some tickets. I'll be out in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be in Vegas.
So
yeah, nice.
Yeah, I have to. I'm going to need people. Hit me up on Twitter if you have some UFC picks. I have to bet it if I'm there.
Yeah, you do. You do. Just don't get robbed by street hookers. That's the only thing I ask you.
Things happen.
All right, let's move on.
We at Pop Sports Radio are doing our own Cappers contest. $100 entry fee. We will all be competing against each other. Every single cent that's put in will go into the prizes.
You've got 5 picks every week. If you go to pubsportsradio.com, you buy yourself that little ticket that you see on the website right there. Just hit add a cart. You buy the little ticket right there. And after you buy the ticket, you'll get an email with a link and a specific password for you to log in, make your picks. and all that good jam.
So it coincides, of course, with a survivor pool. 1 pick per week sports survivor pool. That's exciting. We're having a cappers contest, 5 picks against the spread each week, and a survivor contest. We all get to toast the victors and roast the losers. The cappers contest at Pub Sports Radio. All you have to do is go to pubsportsradio.com to sign up.